Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today's video, we're going to be looking at the Treasure Scramble, and I want to check out the top players within the Treasure Scramble. Now we know this is with the brand new debuff, guys, so this is the new Scramble that we see. The fog here is the barrier, the muddy swamp and deep abyss, shape-shifting hypogens lurk here, making it harder for adventurers to tell friend from foe. All units are factionless. That is right, guys. They are losing all of the factions, which we thought was going to be a major determining factor into the heroes that we see that we're using within the Treasure Scramble. Now, again, I'm going to go through probably the top 3 players within the region, the top 3 within the division, and see exactly what teams they are running. Which, looking here, guys, it seems very similar to what we have seen in the past. So they are running the combination of Rem with Amelia with the awakened version of Athalia. Now you also notice that Rem is running with Alna in this one. Works incredibly well. That is a Treasure Scramble combination that we have seen that does work incredibly well within the formation. Now looking at our second one here, and I'm not going to go through the replays, but looking at the second one, this is the interesting one, and this is the one that I really wanted to focus on. Now we know that with Matria and without getting the faction bonus, they have said, AFK Arena and Lilith have said that Matria's faction bonus is not going to be effect because of the fog that we have within this game mode. But you can see, guys, this is still a very strong team. And I want to, again, look through here. I want to see the consistency of going through here. Now, a lot of players might not have Matria built out at this point, but overall, I am just looking at the top teams and kind of getting a general guide of what we're seeing within these formations. Of course, this one, the awakened version of Belinda, we have the Rock Lizard. So looking at the 3 teams that we are seeing right now on the test server, there isn't any variation. Guys, we haven't seen the variation as of this point with the new debuff, which again is what a lot of players have said was there will be a massive variation to the teams that we're seeing in here. Even this one, the exact same. It is Alna run with Rem, and then it is, of course, the awakened version of Athalia, the same exact team, even 1, 2, and 3. You can see the win down here, and again, this makes a big difference, guys, on the formation. Putting your strongest team first, you can see they had a win rate here, went into 2. It was a defeat with this same team. So they go back and forth. It was Belinda, the awakened version of Belinda versus Belinda. That is how the Treasure Scramble is set up. Now looking at our third player in here, it looks like there was a defeat, but they didn't lose any points, which again is something that we do see kind of often. Now this one, you can see they dropped out Alna. So Alna actually moved in this formation down to the awakened version of Belinda in this formation. So again, they changed it up a little bit. And also this middle formation, the awakened version of Thane is still in here. And again, this is a formation that we've seen regularly with Vithiel. And then of course we have the delay with Zorath and his furniture. We have Halos in here to buff up the awakened version of Thane. We have Tamris in here to buff up the awakened version of Thane, allowing him to do an incredible amount of damage. And also with Chad, Vithiel can buff up the version of Thane. Now, if you do not have Thane, a lot of players do put Orin in this combination. If you haven't built, again, it works incredibly well. And then of course we have the Winged Lion up here. So looking again at the variations, it seems like just scoring a little bit lower, even though all of the heroes are built out. And I believe that is going to be due to the fact of swapping Alna to that third team instead of having Alna in that first team and then putting Mulan in here, bringing them to the 3rd rank. Now looking at the division, again, this can be a little bit different because this is specifically within this account, we are Division 1. So looking at the formations we have in here, again, they do not have Matria. CY does not have Matria in this comp. You can see it is the awakened version, or excuse me, the original version of Athalia. With that being said, I believe that substitution was made because of either 1, not having Matria, or 2, because of the buffs that Matria is not going to provide within those formations. The awakened version of Belinda, of course, still absolutely crushing it. And then down here running that same formation we've seen. And this, it looks like, again, they varied it up a little bit. Albedo dropped out of the formation. We've seen Mulan join this formation, but still running Rem with Alna right in that front one, which I believe they're just running the same formations here. Some of these we do have to follow within the division to take a look at the formations and see exactly where we're seeing the points. Now, very interesting, guys. You can see this is an old school comp. Now, this is one that we ran a while ago. This is the combination of Albedo running with other dimensional heroes, and even have Ezio in here. Now, Ezio, of course, was a really big finisher because of his insta-kill, where Brutus could work down their hit points, get them actually down quite a bit. Mulan doing a lot of damage in here, and also the awakened version of Brutus doing a lot of damage. But either one of those heroes can, again, get the enemy low. Ezio can finish them off, which is exactly what we see. Now, one thing that I am noticing is right here, the Fox Fatale, guys. We are seeing the Fox showing up again everywhere within AFK Arena. We're seeing the Fox within the Nightmare Corridor, the Cursed Realm. Also in the PvP aspects, the Fox Fatale is showing up again in a lot of different formations in here. Got some defeats in here. Let's look at a defeat in here. So again, the winner over on this side was running that awakened version of Matria comp versus Brutus in the Dims. So Matria did win on there. And then number 2 went into Lucretia and Alna, of course, versus the awakened version of Belinda. Belinda will just absolutely crush it. And this last formation, guys, this is another one, again, that is a little bit of an older formation with the Super Cycle. So we have the combination of Zolrath and Leica in here for the PvP aspect. Now, them two together work incredibly well. This is an older LC tournament formation. We're run here within the Treasure Scramble. Now, again, I feel like if you swapped out possibly Mishka or even possibly Zafriel, put in Tamaris in this formation would work a lot better. And then pay special attention, guys, to the pets. The Polar Beast in this formation, definitely not the best beast within here. You have to make sure what heroes or what beasts and what heroes you're putting in what formation, because this honestly would make a really big difference if you had a different beast in here. But again, looking at our best in slot team, this is probably the absolute highest win percentage that we're seeing within AFK Arena is running Rem with the Dimensionals or even Rem with Alna. The formation is working incredibly well. And again, looking back at the last 3 iterations of the Treasure Scramble, all with their own debuffs, the Rem combination has been working incredibly well within those game modes. So still pretty impressed. Now over on the test server, guys, I've just been kind of letting it run. Haven't spent a lot of time working on my formations. I actually just changed all my formations, still running Eins in here, which again does work well within the formation PvP aspects. If you do not have all of the heroes built, running Albedo with some Dims does work incredibly well. Even looking at Alna Baden, looking at Alna Run with Rem, looking at Alna Grez, formation again still does work incredibly well. That's not the formation that you're seeing or that I was running up here. I just hopped on, changed up the formation, but it is super important, guys. You have to pay attention to the Scramble Intel, the Hunter Intel, see exactly who is being run in what teams. Pay attention to the leaderboards. That is the reason why I wanted to cover them today, guys. The leaderboards are in indefinite where you can see what formations are working, especially when we get to multiple teams. You can see, hey, if they're running 3, 4, 5 formations, whatever it may be, how many of those formations on your account can you currently build? That is going to make a really big impact to how successful you are within the Treasure Scramble, guys. And then, of course, within the leaderboards, the rewards in here are phenomenal as you continue to get further and further down the reward category. Getting more baits, getting more resources out of here does make a really big difference to focus in this game mode. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.